I think I'm ready. Hi, everybody. At the Movies with Film. You're in for a treat tonight. You're taking a look at actually one of the early Francis Ford Coppola films. It's not his very first directorial film, but it's certainly, well, one of those that he is taking some credit for. You will see him listed as Francis Coppola. He also wrote this film. What is the film that we're talking about? Dementia 13. What a great title. Dementia 13. I don't know what gave them the idea for that title, but it fits pretty well. This is one of your, Irish axe murderer type of films. And it's shot in a very beautiful black and white. One of the things that I enjoy about a movie like this is the pedigree of the film. I was just looking over who worked on and appeared in this 1963 film. Now, first, a little story about this film. Francis Ford Coppola was one of Roger Corman's minions, if you will, along with Monty Hellman and Jack Nicholson and a whole series of the who's who of 70s and 80s cinema. And Corman was overseas working on a film called The Young Racers. And they had, well, these sets and this cast. And they had a little bit more time left over there, and Corman looked at Francis Ford Coppola, I'm supposing, and said, hey, don't want to waste anything here. Take this stuff, take this cast, and see what you can do with it. And Coppola happened to have this script for Dementia 13, and he shot this film. A series of interesting people appear in it. Luana Anders is in this film. She appears in The Pit and the Pendulum for Roger Corman. Likewise, William Campbell is in this film. I always liked William Campbell. He has sort of an odd look. Looking at some of the other people, Bart Patton, for instance, is in this film. He's later going to be the producer of one of Coppola's films, The Rain People. Likewise, Spider Baby and its heritage is sort of being brought together in this film. Jack Hill helped work on this film. Jack Hill is going to do Spider Baby. Likewise, recognize, for instance, Mary Mitchell, who plays Kane in this film. She's the secretary in Spider Baby. Likewise, another guy, Carl Schanzer. He plays a poacher in this film. Has kind of a small comic role. See if you can catch him in Spider Baby. Plays Schlocker, the lawyer, who has sort of a Hitler-like mustache. Some of the other people in this film who are interesting. Ronald Stein, he was wrote the music for this. He wrote a lot of music for the Corman things. He wrote The Terror. He also wrote the music for Spider Baby. Get a theme going here? Spider Baby. Got a little spider here that we brought on the set. The look of this film, very gothic, beautiful. You can see, particularly in the opening sequence of this film, I'm not going to tell you much about it because it's a remarkable sequence, but you can see right there that there is a budding director, a director who has power over his tools and his medium. It's a very brooding, dark film. I think you're going to enjoy this film quite a bit. I just seen it just recently again, and I just really had a good time with this film. Another interesting character, or actor in this film too, that you might want to catch, Patrick Magee. Patrick Magee plays the doctor in this film. And if you know Kubrick's films, he's more prominent in A Clockwork Orange and Barry Lyndon. Well, Dementia 13. Think you're going to have a lot of fun with this film? I certainly did. I'll tell you something. There's a little bit of trivia on the side as you're watching this film. Microphones seem to sometimes pop up in places where you don't expect them. Hey, look over here. Why don't you, as you watch this, count the number of times that you see microphones popping up in places that they're not supposed to. Give you something to do if the plot of this film seems rather ragged or old to you. Sort of a self-reflexive little exercise. Filmmaking on display. Well, folks, we know that Francis Ford Coppola is going to go on to become a major player. Apocalypse Now, the Godfather films, etc. But you got to start somewhere. And if myself, as a budding director, could pick a beginning project to be known by, Dementia 13 wouldn't be a bad one. I'd be quite proud to have produced a film like Dementia 13. Well, folks, have fun. You folks who like the films that we're trying to bring you, hey, we got that email on there. We're hearing from a lot of people, as a matter of fact, and really enjoy. We respond. If you're interested in that schedule, shoot us an email. We'll send one off to you. Roll 'em, Smokey.